Hello and welcome to Profiles in Risk. This is your host, Tony Cañas, and today I have with me Greg Rueter. I actually did not ask you how to pronounce your last name.
You were close. The
Is
first
it
time you said it was good.
Rueter?
It's Rueter. Think Roto Rooter,
Rueter.
but I'm not
Greg,
related.
Greg, Greg Rueter with R&R Insurance Advisors. And so Greg has a lifetime of experience in financial services and is now rolling out a brand new and very interesting uh, product that I'm very excited to have you talk about, since like we were talking about just before recording. It's bleeding edge
hmm
basically. So tell us about what you've been
Sounds
working on.
good. I've spent 25 years in financial services space with Allied Solutions. Allied is a nationwide provider of products and services for banks, credit unions, finance companies. We've acquired some dealer services companies over the years, so we've expanded into that market. And after that amount of time, looking for a new challenge and opportunity, and just spent a lot of time brainstorming on our 100 plus different administrators and product providers to see what else is out there. Obviously, kind of challenging times with the economy and everything else, supply chain when you start getting into the dealer space with chips and everything else. So really evaluated what is kind of maybe a good opportunity of something where you've got consumers making decisions on a little more regular basis. And that's where I kind of, stumbled across, so to speak, the independent insurance space. And so took that, just opportunity to look and go through all of our products that we have to see what maybe fits into that model. Spent countless hours and sleepless nights brainstorming on this, talking to insurance agencies and agents all across the country to see what their needs are, what's happening. Obviously, very challenging times right now in this rising premium environment, and everybody is struggling with carriers. All the catastrophic losses here in the Upper Midwest. I live about an hour outside of Minneapolis, St. Paul. Up here, it's hail, high winds, things like that. So just a very relevant, very timely conversation. So as I've had well over 100 discussions with independent insurance agents across the country of all different sizes, and probably about 85% positive feedback that I think we have something to talk about, and the timing is good. So we're through the proof of concept. We have some agencies up and running in about 5 different states all across the country, and starting to see some really good results. So I think we have it dialed in and ready to share with folks.
Okay, so what is this new thing?
It's not new to, especially in the credit union space, where a lot of them are offering a program that includes auto deductible reimbursement, let's say. We've then expanded it over the last 6 to 9 months as we've been developing this program to include not just your car and truck, but there's an all vehicle version, which pretty much everything but your house. So your car, your truck, your boat, your motorcycle, up here in the up where it's cold and snowy, the snowmobiles, campers, RVs, side by sides, all those toys that anytime the customer would pay their deductible, we reimburse them. We have 2 different options. There's a $500 option, $1,000 option, but an unlimited number of claims in a 1 year period of time. With that, we've added a couple of other benefits, the primary one being a 20% repair reimbursement. So if you think of a vehicle service contract or your original manufacturer's warranty that comes when you buy that new vehicle, similar benefits, so it's not maintenance, but we would reimburse them 20% anytime they bring it to a repair shop. And we just give them 20% of parts and labor back. So if they prove they own it and they can show us a repair order from the dealership showing they paid it, we'll reimburse them 20% of parts and labor. The home version, we actually have one where it's a $2,500 one-time homeowner's deductible reimbursement, and there's other benefits, glass coverage, lockout service, but the other main one in that product design is a 50% appliance or electronics repair benefit. So anytime customer would have a repair shop come into their house and work on anything that plugs in their home or attached garage, Uh, so they fix a compressor on your refrigerator or your TV goes out, something like that. We'll give them 20% of parts and labor back for those. There's a limit of $500 per claim to a max of $1,000 per year. But these are very low cost benefits. The wholesale to the agent is less than $100 in all of those. Kind of finding the sweet spot to be somewhere in that $149 to $179 a year range. So it's a good way to strengthen relationships with your customers, and in a true win-win environment where it's good value, good benefit for the consumer, but also an opportunity for the agency to make some additional revenue and get more products per household.
Okay, that was a lot. Okay, so this kind of thing, I don't know how common it was, but existed in the credit union space, but not in the independent insurance agency space, which is, I'm guessing, much larger.
Correct. Absolutely. And that's what's so exciting about this, Tony. When you start looking at, most people, I've run into one person over the years where she lives with her parents and takes public transportation. So she really didn't have a need for either of these products, but one person that I've really ran into that couldn't see value in one of these. But again, about 85% of the agents I talk to see value and could see themselves offering something like this. Some agents are already offering AAA memberships or AFLAC, things like that for ancillary products. This would be similar to that. It would be an offering, could be at renewal, could be at the time of new business. Seeing a lot of success at the renewal, especially with the rising rates, where here, if you're at a $500 deductible today, Tony, we can do that apple to apple comparison, but let's also give you a lower premium, but enhancing or kind of mitigating some of that risk of that higher deductible by including the all vehicle protection plan, something like that. So at renewal seems to be the key. It's also a way for when you're doing new business and quoting to really separate yourself that, hey, I have something unique that your current agent might not have, or something there. And you could sell this as a standalone product. That way you can continue your relationship with that consumer. So if they do run into any challenges with their current insurance agent, you're the top of mind because they have a relationship with you already.
Okay, so what really caught my attention when we first chatted briefly a week and a half ago, what was this whole giving new tools to the independent agencies to help them sweeten the conversation of increasing premiums,
Correct.
right? And I've never been an agent, so I didn't think about the fact that the most natural thing for an agent to do if the premium is increasing is increasing deductibles in order to lower the premium, because people don't think of their deductible. People assume that they're never going to have a loss, right? Now, doing that can work in the short term, but once they do have a loss, now they're mad at you if their deductible is higher than they can comfortably cover,
Correct.
right? So this gives you a way to mitigate that higher deductible in an affordable way, and so the customer's going to feel like you're fighting to keep them where they need to be and to protect them, and at the same time, as we all in personal lines know, the more lines you have with the household, the less likely they're to shop around.
Correct.
Right? So if you only have their auto, it's very easy for them to shop around. If you have their auto, home, umbrella, life, it gives you an extra line that's not expensive, and like you said, that's not common within the independent agents space. And so solidifies your relationship with that
Absolutely.
with that person. So yeah, that makes a ton of sense.
And there's a lot of research out there that goes around, financial stability, what people have for liquid funds available. And paying that deductible is always painful. When you start to look at, all right, the risk, if I move from $500 deductible to $1,000, I have to come up with $1,000 to pay that to get the hail damage fixed on my truck, for example. And when I do that, that could create a hardship where now what do? I got to put food on the table. I have other bills to pay, things like that. So being able to present it as, today, Tony, you have a $500 deductible, and you're comfortable with that. Now we're going to go to $1,000 because we're going to save you $412 on your annual premium because you have a car, a truck, and a boat, let's say. But we can include this, and that's one of the nice things about this product design too is if they can prove they own it, prove they insure it, and prove they paid it, there's no underwriting. We're not sending out an adjuster. It's not a long process. Most claims, once we get all the paperwork, are sent out and in the hands of the customer in 2 to 5 days. We can either ACH funds back to them or we cut a check out of the central United States. So usually we see people have money in hand within 5 days. So if I do have to pay the $1,000 deductible, if you'd go with, or if the agency would offer the $500 deductible reimbursement piece, the net effect to Tony is still $500 at the end of the day. You have to pay the $1,000 up front, but in just a couple of days you'll get half of that back and be at the same point you were, but we were able to save some premium dollars along the way.
Okay, so the agents that think this is something that they wanna check out, how easy is it to get started?
I think we have this really dialed in, a very easy 2-page agreement, more or less says here's what we're going to do, here's what we ask you to do. There's no setup fees, there's no minimum production. We can usually get people up and running in about 3 days. I need a logo and a signature is kind of what I say, so we make it as easy as possible. And we have a staff available to do some trainings and sit down with you and go through it. It's a pretty simple program, and that's the nice thing about the design is that there's not a lot of gotchas in there that are going to create any reputation risk for the agency. Like, hey, you sold me this and it was really painful to get through the claims process. Most of the time the agency does not have any involvement in the claims process. If they do, it's a simple, what's my benefit ID number? It's a 7-digit number that says this is Tony, and this, if there's more than one of you in the system, which one is it? So we need 7 digits to say, here it is, here's the effective dates of the program, and you have the plan available. The claims portal preloads everything, and then it's just a matter of uploading the documents, again, to prove you own it, prove you have insurance on it, prove you paid it. So that could be a credit card receipt or canceled check. But no involvement or very, very limited involvement from any of the admin or CSR staff at the agency, which is really nice. So they can generate some additional revenue without needing to increase staff.
Okay, and you said for now rolled out to 10 states?
We're in about 5 states, about 10 agencies, pretty good size agencies. So we're learning and getting through the creation of different ways that can be presented, again, at renewal, at new quoting timeline. And again, I tell everybody you could really sell this to your neighbors, family, friends, and everything because it's open enrollment all the time. It's not tied to any of your insurance carriers. It's a standalone product, and enrollment and implementation is super easy.
Okay. What's the plan for rollout? Are we looking at 50 states, 3 years?
Yeah, again, very optimistic about where we think this can go, and I think the key is going to find the enthusiastic agents and agencies that want to try something like this. Sometimes we're getting that vibe. Get some established agencies out there, and they're like, "Nope, I'm good. I've hit the magic number." And I don't want to rock the boat. Okay, not a problem. It's not probably for you then. I don't want to just hang it on the shelf and then not actually have it be a meaningful item in your portfolio of products to offer. And so we're really looking for people that kind of see the light, see the opportunity here of generating some additional revenue without creating a lot of work. And again, I think the timing is really good. So we're ramping up. We have all the foundation laid, I think, right now, and starting to get more and more agencies up and running. So it's kind of fun, just trying different things to see what we can come up with, getting feedback from people all across the country on where they think it could be a good fit. And we're open to all that conversation, kind of creating a toolkit and best practices so that when you have someone that says, yeah, let's do it, we're ready and have the documentation ready to go, pop their logo on it, and again, they can be up and running in just a couple days.
Okay. What's the commission?
What we do is we give the agency a wholesale price. So let's say it's $80 for a 1-year term for one of those benefits, and if they choose to sell it for $159, they just made $79 commission.
Oh, so they have pricing
Yes.
power on
Yep,
on
correct.
on how
Yep,
how they
and
want to
that's
do
what
it.
some of the
Okay.
agents really like. Where based on the relationship that they have, how they do it. Some of the documents we have, might be, you can purchase one of the plans, either the home protection plan or the all vehicle, for $159, or purchase both of them for $299 for 1 year. So it's kind of the bundle and save approach. We have some that want to, you can't use it as a giveaway in the insurance space. It's illegal in a lot of states. So you can't do that, but having it be a low-cost alternative to provide good benefits, again, it can be a great way to soften the blow of the increasing premiums and all that, but ultimately it's up to the agency on what they want that retail price to be.
Okay, excellent. We don't often have control over the pricing, which is the one thing that's weird about being an insurance agent. Um, okay, so 85% of agents have said that they see value in it.
Absolutely. Yep, we've done some online surveys, worked with some other insurance agency groups to get some research done, and again, just the 100+ conversations I've had with agents over the past 6 to 9 months have all been very, very positive. So now that we're getting some scale, getting some people up and running, all of that, now I think is when the fun is really going to begin.
Awesome. Looking forward to see how it grows. But
Yeah.
good luck, and thank you for coming on the show to tell the audience about it very early on
Yeah.
in the process, so that they can be one of the early ones to benefit from the competition not having
Absolutely.
this.
Yep, that's a great point. Really differentiate yourself from the competition in your marketplace. So open to chat with anybody. Looking forward to seeing what kind of feedback we get.
Awesome. Thank
All
you very
right.
much for your
Thanks,
time.
Tony. Appreciate it.